What's the word? It's your boy Rashad back at it again with another episode of Things of That Nature, episode 132. Somebody gotta flip the burgers. Amen. Very informative conversation. Young boys and being raised by their fathers. Could their fathers be the only influence, or does it take a village? But before we get to that, we gotta get to this. I appreciate everybody who showed up. I appreciate all the listeners, all the speakers, the comment crew. Fists in the air for the comment crew, man. I appreciate everybody who repost the space, repost the goddamn space. Y'all know how I give it up. I appreciate all the followers, and I appreciate all the Patreon subscribers. The Patreon subscriptions are going way up. I feel blessed, and we get right to the space. Hey, we started off with Obama. Why Obama on Michelle podcast talking about niggas need a gay bestie? Come on, Obama, stop it. Why? What's up with this agenda shit? He implied that straight men don't have empathy. They don't necessarily hold each other accountable in certain ways. And he said that there needs to be a gay best friend around to create a safe space for other gay people or people that are in the community. Obama, newsflash, straight niggas can do all that. I didn't like that. I didn't like the implication that straight niggas couldn't do that shit. That shit was weird. What you trying to say? What's to this nigga, Obama? I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand what the attack on heterosexual men is in this motherfucking community, in this culture, in this world. I don't get it. That was very weird. You could have named all of those characteristics and expressed why all that shit was important without having anything to do with sexual orientation. Weird as hell, Obama. I ain't gonna lie. Not going to lie. Then we transition to outside of, do boys need gay friends? But do they need other examples of men outside of just their father? Whether it be coaches, whether it be uncles, OGs. Does it take a village? And I think the overall consensus was, hell yeah. There needs to be other positive men in a young boy's life outside of their father. I know me, I got to a certain age where I started feeling myself. I thought I was that nigga. And guess what? I ain't want to hear Pops. I didn't want to hear it. Nothing that you had to say. I was tired of it. And so luckily, my dad had good friends around. I had coaches that I could trust. I had men that I could look up to in those years of just rebellion, because that's what it was. And where I didn't want to hear what Pops had going on. I was tired, man. Come on. We all been through it. And I think that if there is no other positive example in a young boy's life and he's going through that phase, he's going to turn to his friends. He's going to turn to other kids, hoes, bad influences. And that's where you start seeing the fuck shit. So I definitely think that there is a need for boys to have multiple male influences in their life. I'm not going to hold you. Then we went to work ethic. What shapes a child's work ethic more? A job or getting it right in school? In my opinion, $12, $10 at Burger King ain't giving you motherfucking life lessons when you in school. I think it is way more difficult to be disciplined in your schoolwork, waking up on time, studying, knocking your homework out, being active in school, whether it's clubs, whether it's sports, and then doing it at a high level, than it is to go flip some goddamn burgers, man. What is we talking about? I don't get it. But just like Jonee said, somebody gotta flip them goddamn burgers. I get it, but it ain't gonna be my kids. Ain't gonna hold you. My kids ain't gonna be the one that's flipping them motherfucking burgers. Not gonna lie. A lot of people felt like it's necessary for their children to get a job. Ten Toes told a story about how he fucked up in school and his parents sent him down south with grandpa to pour some goddamn concrete. God damn, let me tell you something. Pouring concrete, that ain't no hole. Now that job right there, yeah, that would have taught you some life lessons. But everybody ain't going to pour no concrete. I washed cars one summer. I was getting paid $10 a car. for doing the inside and the outside, full detail. Slavery. Slave job. That just taught me I ain't want to do this fuck shit no more. But life lesson, not really. I didn't leave that car wash and reflect on my life as a 15, 16-year-old. I didn't. And I never really even thought about it again until this very conversation. And so I think that, yes, it means well for a child to quasi-learn discipline, understanding, time management with a job, but I also feel like there are other ways that a kid can do that. I want my kids to be kids as long as possible. Introducing the world's stresses or stressors on them at a teenage age, hey man, they got their whole life to be adults. They got their whole life to be adults. They have this small period of time to be children. I want them to be children as long as possible. That's just how I see it. Other people didn't agree. They felt like their kids need jobs, in which I respect that and I understand that. But as for me and my kids, they gonna be kids, man. And then we got to the roast of the century. Hey, man, they was hating on me. I know I was fresh. I was putting that shit on. I put some old pictures in the jumbo. It sparked because of a thread on Twitter and where people were posting an old picture that they liked. I posted one, a Thanksgiving fit. I was that nigga. Now I mean, had me a floral print button up, cuffed my pants, hair looking luxurious. And they was like, Rashad, what the fuck you got going on? So I had to take them back down memory lane and show them that I was putting that shit on. Come on, man, wake it up. I was putting that shit on. The pictures are attached to the space, episode 132. Y'all can go and scroll through the pictures as we are in the roast session. And y'all let me know in the comments right here on Patreon, was I putting that shit on or was they hate? We got to wake it up, man. But that's the type of conversations that we have over here at Things of That Nature. Every day, Sunday through Friday, 12 p.m. until the next conversation. We out.